Hello and welcome to the Royal News Summary on the recent meeting between the King and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen at Windsor Castle. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss a new post-Brexit deal for Northern Ireland, which had been agreed upon with the UK Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. The meeting took place at Windsor Castle, where the King warmly greeted Ms von der Leyen, as pictured in photos. A spokesperson for the palace said that the King is pleased to meet any world leader visiting Britain, but that his involvement in the meeting would not be political, and he would not be involved in negotiations. The palace also stressed that the King is mindful of his constitutional responsibilities. According to sources, the King has met with Ms von der Leyen on several previous occasions and was keen to catch up and develop the cordial relationship while she was in Windsor. The meeting was suggested by the UK government, which advised that it was a good opportunity for the pair to discuss a broad range of issues, including climate change and the situation in Ukraine. Critics, however, accused Rishi Sunak of dragging the King into politics by involving him in the historic occasion. They warned that the King's involvement would give the impression he had given the deal his blessing, despite palace sources insisting that this was not the case. Sammy Wilson, the Democratic Unionist Party chief whip, warned that the meeting risked dragging the King into a hugely controversial political issue. Arlene Foster, former First Minister of Northern Ireland, also criticised the involvement of the King, stating that it was crass and would go down very badly in Northern Ireland. Jacob Rees-Mogg, a leading Tory Brexiteer, also expressed concern about the King's involvement, stating that the sovereign should only be involved when things have been completed and accepted. Despite the controversy, the meeting went ahead as planned. Mrs von der Leyen was greeted on arrival at the castle by the King's equerry and his private secretary. However, given the tight timetable and the many other commitments of the King, the Prime Minister, and Mrs von der Leyen, there were no further in-person meetings involving the King. The deal, which could potentially be called the Windsor Agreement, will have significant implications for Northern Ireland. As part of the deal, Northern Ireland will remain aligned with EU regulations on goods and agriculture, which means that there will be checks on goods moving from Great Britain to Northern Ireland. This has been a controversial issue, with some arguing that it creates a border between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK. Others argue that it is necessary to maintain peace on the island of Ireland and to avoid a hard border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. The deal has been welcomed by some, who see it as a positive step towards resolving the issue surrounding Northern Ireland post-Brexit. However, others are concerned about the implications of the deal and what it means for the future of the UK. One of the key concerns is that the deal creates a border in the Irish Sea, effectively separating Northern Ireland from the rest of the UK. This has raised concerns about the unity of the UK, with some arguing that it could lead to calls for Scottish independence and potentially the breakup of the UK. Another concern is that the deal could lead to increased tensions in Northern Ireland, with some fearing a return to the violence and conflict of the Troubles. This is a particularly sensitive issue, given the history of violence in the region and the fragile peace that has been maintained over the past few decades. Despite these concerns, the UK government has defended the deal, stating that it is necessary. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment on my channel, and click the notification bell for a future video.